Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our playthrough of Dominions 4. And in today's episode, our hearts burn with vengeance. In our last episode, we lost Bob the Prophet. He was snuck up behind and killed by the dastardly forces of Helheim, in a tragedy that our nation has felt in the very depths of our breast. Today, we will have our vengeance on Helheim. I have set up our turn so that we can march forward and exact revenge. We are still recruiting troops in the south to come in behind them and wipe out their power base. Our large army is going to move back into the province where the body of Bob lies, take the throne, and recover him and what's left of his glory. This small troop is going to move west to take this one province that is left in the middle of our lands. Hopefully we don't run into any big problems here. This is a very small force. I am concerned about this. I've also noticed that Pelagia is building up a large force on our border, which concerns me, since we are locked in this life or death struggle with Helheim. On top of that, we continue to have this massive surplus of magic gems and gold shortages throughout the country. To fix that, I've decided that we're going to begin researching alteration to the next level. This will allow us to use the distilled gold, which will let us take those magic gems and convert them into gold. So with our assault plans set up, let's go ahead and end the turn. That was a very long battle with 23 turns. Let's take a look. So we finished our research and alteration. We're going to be able to distill gold. I'm going to go ahead and let this research continue. There's a couple spells here that I would like access to for our mages. It looks like Thomas the Wondrous has claimed the High Throne in the name of Shadfoth. We'll check and see who Shadfoth is in a minute. I'm not sure which nation that is. We've continued to cast our Fire Drakes. And our god has finally awoken. The entire nation rejoices. Grugtar, god of Ermor, prince of silence, the giver of food, and patron of the rich, has broken free. We may have lost Bob, but maybe his spirit went into the heavens and awoke Grugtar to come forth and lead our nation. We have some battles to look at here. There was a battle in Behemoth's Rests. That was this small province here. Again, we had a very small force. What I've done is some undisciplined troops in the front and some of those Amazon archers we were recruiting. It looks like we're going to have this one, unless something strange happens with all the magic that this Van Hers is casting. Nope, we're good. So we took that province. We lost 2 Lion Tribe warriors, not a problem. Looks like they decided to attack us in Farseer Mountains. This is that territory we just took next to the throne. It's a very small force, a couple Surf Warriors, a couple of their herdmen who have that glamour ability, and it looks like they're being led by just a neutral commander that they've hired, a mercenary. I think our battle line is going to hold up to this just fine. Looks like we even have a couple chaff militia still left with our army. Let's watch us crush them with the might of the legions. Spurned on, the fuel of hatred for this nation, for what they did to Bob. There was the battle in Gladewood. This is us taking the throne back. Hopefully. Our massive army versus Amazons that they've hired, one of their Van Herses, and then these mounted herdmen. And these are what caused us a lot of problem in the last battle, but I think our superior forces and mages will cause us to be victorious here. There goes our communion spells, our phoenix power, and here come the fireballs. You can see how, even with all the attacks that we're putting forward on these guys, how few times we're actually hitting them. That glamour spell just makes them so extremely powerful. The best we can hope is that we break their morale soon. It doesn't help that we're frying our own soldiers with our fire spells. There we go. Their morale is down to 9. They're injured. There we go. Now it's just a march to victory. We will need to replenish some troops here, though, because we are losing quite a few men to those troops. There we go. We lost 4 Principe, 1 militia, one of our local Lion Tribe warriors. We killed a Van Herse. That's great for us. Killed those mounted herdmen. We're showing them what happens when you upset an entire nation. An unexpected event has occurred in our capital of Ermor. We collected taxes, got an extra 183 gold. Again, that's going to help us recruit massive numbers of troops to send after Helheim. A worldwide event has occurred. Because somebody took the throne of night, the day has grown dimmer, and now night has overtaken day in all its darkness. Worldwide, it's going to be getting constant darkness. What this means is that any living troop, any non-undead troop, is going to have trouble attacking and hitting. There's a lack of supplies in Glaywood. Diseases are afflicting our troops. This is, again, we have such a huge army moving through that we need to worry. So, here is Grugtar, our reawakened god. We can see that with him in the province now, we have 2 earth, 2 fire, and 3 death. That's going to allow us to cast some very specific spells for our nation that we don't really have access to. But other than that, he's just going to sit back here and watch us extract our vengeance on Helheim. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about it. Let's just do it. So with that in mind, we should have finished our research. We're going to go to our main world here. We're going to select Grug. And Grugtar is going to go ahead and perform alchemy. And so here we can exchange gems. So we have a large number of astral pearls. And you can see if we change astral pearls to fire gems, we get a 1-for-2 ratio. So we're going to start pumping those into our fire gems here. And then we're going to cast a ritual spell. We're going to distill gold. And we're going to dump our gems into this. And we're going to see how effective this is. We're going to leave a couple gems. We want to continue to summon those fire drakes. So we're going to cast that and get some money back next turn. Our researcher, she has a specific job. Keep bringing forth these fire drakes. We're starting to build up a pretty good number of them in this province, which is great. This is going to be a massive army. It's going to be able to move forward. Something we are going to need to do here is we're going to need somebody to lead this massive army. So we're going to stop recruiting augurs for just a moment. And we're going to get another Legatus Legionis to send forth. We need to put province defense in here. Same thing with this province that we took. We don't need a lot here. There's no way for them to attack except through some very specific spells. That's going to drain our treasuries. But again, we can't be slow to attack. Looks like Bertios is in the north here. We're going to go ahead, and I don't like Bertios being north. Let's set up a choke point so we don't have to worry about defending all these provinces. We're not going to leave anyone behind but our province defense. If they want to fight Amazons all day and waste troops, let's let them. Let's let them burn themselves out as we knock Bertios off of this little territory here. Here in the south, not only are we continuing to recruit these troops, we're also recruiting a couple priests. Because if you remember seeing here, they were summoning those undead skeletons. I've noticed they have undead troops here. Up here where our assassin is watching, they also have undead troops. Their god is an undead master lich. We're going to get some priests, and we're going to use some holy spells to wipe him out. There's no reason for Voldan to stay here. We might as well send him north to join the armies. Actually, we'll send him here, and we can't pick those guys up. He doesn't have enough leadership. So that's set up. Our recruitment is all set. We're casting our spell. Again, let's end the turn and continue to extract our vengeance. We completed more research and alteration. I'm going to continue to have us research. Because I want to get up to this transmute fire spell, which will again let us make even more gold out of the magic gems that we're not really using for a lot of things. We cast the distill gold spell. We got an extra 992 gold out of those 62 gems. We summoned our fire drake. Then we had our battle where we moved north. Let's see how that went. Hopefully we can land another crushing blow against Bertios. You'll notice, oh, we've got a lot going on here. You'll notice that it's nighttime now. It's dark. For us, this is really going to affect our javelin throws from our main units. It's also going to have an effect on the precision of our mage's spells. One thing to keep in mind, this, Mundir, the Myrmicolion, I believe, yes, this is their god, who has come forth to do battle. So let's take a look at what we're actually fighting in their god. Level 7 Fire Mage, Level 3 Earth, has fear, so when we get in combat with him, our guys may run. We have to be careful. He's fire resistant, so our fire spells aren't going to really hurt him. We're not using cold spells, so that won't help. He doesn't need to eat, and this shows that he's the pretender. He has Berserker. What that means is that if he gets damaged, he's going to go ahead and continue to fight. He won't run away. He has the ability to move very far in wasteland areas. He does eat a huge amount of food. He doesn't need it to survive. He just eats it. He's a glutton. He kills population in whatever territory he's in because he's eating the people. And of course, it looks like he has experience. He's been out doing combat. It's 188 hit points. Let's see if we can kill a god. Here he comes. This is going to be the moment of truth once he gets up here. I'm concerned for our troops with a morale of 11. And they're starving. Let's see how this goes. We're surrounding him. He's causing massive morale damage to us. We're not even hitting him. Oh, this is... And we've lost. He has routed our armies. And we did hardly any damage to him whatsoever. As our armies flee the battlefield. We have lost, folks. the armies of Ermor routed, the god of Bertios has crushed our army, and the constant darkness continues to surround the battlefield. With that loss, we will continue to fight Helheim, but I am unsure if we will be able to win the battle against Bertios' overpowerful god. We will consider what our options are as we slowly watch our nation spiral out of control and into defeat on the next episode of Gaming with Grug. We hope to see you then.